Yo, what up, people? You know who it is. It's your favorite cousin.
And it's your playground partner.
And we are back with season
7.
Okay, good. Yeah, season 7 of the BT podcast. Excuse me for forgetting. I do apologize.
It's all right. It happens, man. You're only human, man. You're only human.
What I'm saying? And today, we have 2 of our cousins here with us to help us set it off on this return. So, cousin number 1, introduce yourself. I don't know which one of y'all number 1. Just pick.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Juan, Thompson, commissioner, founder of the Music Sports League, where music is our sport.
Show you right.
All right. And cousin number 2.
What is going on, guys? Ayemontie, engineer, producer here at All Your Energy Recording Studio.
All right.
And the host of Chill It's Just a Podcast.
All right.
So today we're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff. It's going to be mostly music-based, you know what I'm saying? So, we talk about the Music Sports League. We're going to talk about, the artists, and just
that
all different
quality
types
of music, all that. Any artist and whatever, that's the playground. So, it's time to have a little fun. So,
for sure. But
let's do it.
Before we get there, let's get some quick hits out the way real quick, because a lot of shit done went down since we last recorded. And we ain't get to talk about it, so we're going to talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? So first thing, Dennis Rodman was going to try to help Brittany Griner get loose.
Yeah, he changed his mind quickly by that one.
Didn't the U.S. tell him to sit his ass down? Either way, that ain't happening.
It ain't happening at all.
Secondly, what else happened? So, you know what? I'm going to save that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's get into this one. I got another one I want to ask y'all about, too. I'm going to save that one. Okay. So let's get into this, man. So, I don't know if y'all heard or if y'all familiar, but Chicago has basically passed the Safety Act, which I think takes effect January 2023.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And what that is certain charges, they will charge and release criminals without cash bail for 12 now non-detainable charges. And some people think this may be the start of the purge. And what are those charges, you may be asking? Well, I'm glad you asked. We got second-degree murder, aggravated battery, arson, aggravated fleeing and eluding. We got drug-induced homicide, kidnapping, burglary, drug offenses, robbery, intimidation, aggravated DUI, and threatening a public official. So now all these charges are basically non-detainable, means, these offenses are basically non-detainable. They get you, you get charged, you may get a date, they send you on your way. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that, bro? You think there's a purge about to happen?
I definitely believe so, man, because if they release these individuals, who has committed these crimes, what's going to, stop these people from, committing another crime. So, I think it's senseless,
And these ain't no lightweight crimes neither. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like you stole a loaf of bread from the store or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or, this is like some serious shit, man.
I think it's going to be a pretty dangerous, Chicago especially. Depending on where you live in Illinois is going to really determine. And I think their excuse was that they're trying to make it fair for people who can't afford bail opposed to people who can't. Yeah. It's terrible. Terrible excuse. It's terrible. It's one and all. It's if somebody does something wrong, they need put them in jail. If it's an offensive one of those, those are some pretty heavy offenses. DUI, let them go. If it's a violent offense, why are you gonna let a violent person go?
Right.
Robbery, whether you rob somebody or just rob somebody's house, physically rob somebody or just rob something from somebody, is to me a violent crime. Whether you physically harm somebody or not, you're robbing somebody. So put them away.
And and the whole objective is to reduce the crime rate. I think that's going to elevate it. Right.
You're going to start having a lot of criminals getting away, a lot of criminals doing a lot of shit that because I was looking a little into it, and I was talking to my brother because he lives out there now. It's a lot. The residents don't even like it. The residents of Illinois are like, no, fuck that.
Yeah, so somebody break into my house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get the chance to come out and finish the job.
That's why they allow the citizens to make those decisions, man, instead of the law officials making those decisions, man. Because that just doesn't, in my opinion, make no sense at all.
So, do y'all believe that this is maybe income based?
I do think it's money driven.
Yeah.
I think they want to bring the National Guard in.
They're trying to like make it fair for the people who can't afford it. Like,
Right.
what do you mean by money driven though?
I mean, to cut
Somebody
costs,
got paid off
to cut,
to do this.
right? That too,
So
but
you're trying to cut what, like prison costs?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think somebody
I
got
don't know
paid
about
off to
that.
make this happen, yo.
Because I mean, think about it like this: like they want to imprison people. Like,
But I'm
they-
saying though,
I think they get paid
but
to
see,
imprison people.
here's the thing: prisons are becoming overpopulated. You know,
Well, then why not start
How are
letting
they
the
gonna-
non-violent criminals go and then put in the violent criminals?
Exactly.
Like,
That's
because
true,
if you
too.
ask me, prison shouldn't be for non-violent people.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
if you're a sex offender or like a fucking pedophile or something,
Yeah,
you
that's
I
know,
mean,
violent.
that's violent. That's
Yeah,
violent.
That's definitely violent,
But
you know what I
I'm
mean?
saying, like, you know, like,
But if you sold a nickel bag or something, man, you shouldn't be in jail.
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you're
You know
selling
what I mean?
drugs, I mean,
Right.
even if you're, I don't agree with people who sell crack and shit, but I mean, if you're selling drugs non-violent, but not doing a violent crime, don't put them away for 20 plus
Right.
years.
Well, no,
Right?
I mean, hey, if anyone selling drugs, if you selling drugs, that's part of a survival tactic. If you ask me, so.
Well, I mean, that's what the law is never going to understand is like people's way of life.
No, they understand it. I think they understand it.
Yeah, they just can't get no money off. it.
Right,
That's why.
right. They just cannot capitalize on it. They can't have
When
any
it comes to
control.
weed, I think the government's starting to understand, but crack, cocaine, heroin, all that shit, keep that shit off the streets.
Yeah, I agree with that.
that.
Yeah.
That
You know
shit
what I'm
ruins
saying?
people's lives.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have to keep selling it over years and years and decades that weed is not, is not going to affect you in a negative way.
Right.
Now they figure like, you know what, hell, we need to make money off it because it's not going
Right.
to go anywhere. So,
And
I want to be honest with y'all. I don't think the government doesn't realize, what they don't realize is like, when you smoke, a lot of the people who smoke, you get pretty lazy, right?
Mhm.
What does the government want? Control
Money.
over us.
They want control.
Mhm.
They want to completely control us.
Yeah, they
So
want
let
to
us
play
all get
God.
high.
They want to play
Because I
God.
guarantee you they're going to have a lot less problems controlling people when they're all just like, huh? You feel what I'm saying?
Nothing but sitting right here.
Where you at? All right, I got you. Yeah. But they know, man. They know. I've always stated, man, over the years. I said once the government figure out how they can tax it, that's when they're gonna try to make it legal.
Tax alcohol?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just regulate it
Yeah.
the same
And
way.
look,
The
and-
same
and-
blueprint that they regulated.
Right. And alcohol has killed more people than marijuana ever
I
had.
don't know if does weed kill people?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't
It kills your
I've
hunger.
never heard of
It kills your hunger.
Yeah, I've never heard it killed anyone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. So,
Like,
yeah.
It's,
You know.
I think it's still the outdated officials
Mhm.
Right.
is what it is. Like, because I think the government is starting to now have a mixture of outdated officials who are still stuck in the ways
Mhm.
and a mixture of a newer generation of
Yeah, they
people
need to
who
get
are
the
starting
old
to
mods
take
out of
control.
there, man.
And if you notice, it's the states with the newer and younger generation
Right.
who are in control who are more susceptible to this, and the people who are like actually getting hit to the ages, and the people who are older but again are staying relevant to the times and are understanding change.
Right.
Yeah.
Not the people who are just stuck in the past.
All
Okay.
right,
why I
so
think
let's go here. I got another quick hit for
All
y'all.
right.
And this is actually happening in our own backyard. So check this out. So Virginia Republicans push for parental advisory warning labels on school library books.
What?
Now,
Yeah. Now, this comes from what I was reading. There's a book, I'm guessing that's in the school libraries now, called Gender Queer. And I guess a parent got hold of it. And they said it had over a dozen like X-rated, almost pornographic images in it.
wow.
You know what I mean? And
I wouldn't be surprised.
What school?
Right.
it's just I don't remember what school it was, but it just said Virginia Republicans are pushing to get that parental advisory sticker on books. And my thought was, why would you even have these kind of books in the school library?
At all.
First off, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, at what age and which age group were these books present?
Well,
Like, was this elementary?
If it's a high
You know what I'm
school,
saying?
like I can get it maybe being in a high school because
I can understand that.
14 to 18 now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Expose everything.
catch that.
Right, I mean, but, you know, yeah.
Kindergarten, though, I'm like, hold on, bro.
But, you know, yeah, that's understandable. But high school, you know, man, them high school students ain't learning nothing from that book anyway. They learning more from experience. They gonna learn more from, you know, experiencing and sharing with their friends, you know?
Yeah. But
So-
I think he's saying there's more, he understand it more being in high school.
Right.
As opposed to like middle school,
and
elementary, and
Right,
shit like
right,
that.
I
You
know,
what I'm
even
saying?
like just in middle school, like I had a teacher, freaking hated that bitch, but she read us a story one day, and in the book had a lot of like cuss words in it, including the N word.
Yeah.
Country white lady who said it clearly with no issue either.
Right.
But it was in the book, and she didn't have any issue cussing the words out of the book, and it was a pretty graphic. I don't remember what book it was, but she was just so easy to say all the words and say all that, but we were all laughing at it like it was like, oh my god,
Like y'all don't hear people say
so
it.
we were to see a
Yeah.
book like that, we're probably gonna react the same way, like, oh my god, naked people, or like when you find like a fucking website with some crazy shit on it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
It's more or less like we don't take it seriously and we're not learning from it. We're joking at it.
Right,
But when you're in high school, now you have a lot more people, especially women, who are coming out being gay, men who are open to, you know,
Right.
being more accepting of who they are and stuff and coming out. And it's you're more sure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right,
So,
right.
that's all I got for that, man. You know what I'm saying? Quick
Okay.
hits, you know, just a
Yeah.
little something. I ain't want to get too heavy
Okay.
on that today.
All right.
But all right, so let's get into the show now. Let's really get going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's get to this
We
music.
got Juan Thompson over here. We got Ayemontie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gonna talk. So let's go here first, man. So we got the Music Sports League, something new.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And cousin, please tell us
Something
what is
different.
the Music Sports League.
Yeah.
So the Music Sports League is basically the first ever music performance sports organization where we actually take music competition, and it's a new form of basically new music performance competition where you're basically taking the sport of music performance competition and you're conducting it no different than with independent recording artists. So basically what you're going to do is unsigned artists will promote their music through this new form of music promotion, and also they will basically be performing on stage against each other under a sports league infrastructure.
Sweet.
Nice.
So let me ask you, Monty, as an artist, would that be something you would hop on?
I mean, to be honest, I was trying to fully understand the full structure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a very different type of artist though.
I got you.
Like that for me, I'm not a competition. This shit is not a competition to me. So I don't do the competition thing. That's just me.
Okay.
But
Right.
for a competitive artist,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
it sounds like a pretty good stage. And I heard some of the names y'all were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Washka being one of those names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all-
Okay.
I just recorded her last, we just did like a 6-hour session the other day.
Word.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And her being up there and one of the tops, I'm happy to hear that because
Yeah.
Word.
that's a slept on artist right there.
Okay. Shouts to Washco.
I
Shouts
like
to
the
Washco.
idea of it.
Wash
I
cold.
like the idea, but I would have to like actually see for myself to see
Right.
because I haven't actually. This is my first time hearing it.
Yeah.
honestly.
Right. Okay. All right.
great.
I'm stuck in my bubble.
Oh yeah.
I'm being honest. I be stuck in
Hey.
the city. I don't be knowing nothing. that's
Thank you
going
for
on.
your transparency, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, now that you know, you know what I'm saying, go
Yeah.
ahead and join. You
Next
know,
season.
yeah, yes sir.
Yeah. Something
Go ahead and like, subscribe, man. Yeah.
Basically, it's just man a unique way to promote their music, and
Yeah.
you know, with the traditional way of doing music and promote music nowadays, radio, you know, your traditional way of doing it, internet, it's just coming very, very oversaturated. You know, everyone's doing music. Spotify by itself, just by themselves, and they get over 40,000 uploads every day.
Wow.
That's a lot of
Wow.
music. That's just Spotify.
Yeah.
That's not include Apple Music, no one else. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of music out there, and if you don't have a marketing budget, which a lot of unsigned artists don't have a sizable marketing budget and a dedicated following, which a lot of unsigned artists don't have, it's gonna be rough to make a name for yourself. So why not use a platform that's revolutionary, epic, never been done before in history, where it can literally take in music and sports and making it an actual industry. You know, that's the goal, is to make this into an enterprise and make the players, which are the unsigned artists, we're making them the actual stars of the league. And, we want to make them. We want to make sure we pay them first and foremost, to show them their value, because that's very important.
Righteous.
A lot of artists
Gotta
don't
get
know
that
much
paper.
about You know, a lot of artists are making money off their music by talking unless you have a major following.
And
You know what I'm saying? And they're not getting bookings like that because if you can't sell tickets, nobody's gonna book you.
Well, the beauty part about that, a lot of artists wouldn't even know where to start.
Right.
So
exactly.
having that platform, would help give them a boost. So
keep it real.
That's awesome.
So explain how do the artists get paid off of doing the contest?
So about a few weeks ago, that's a great question. I'm happy you asked that. But a few weeks ago, I wrote a proposal to our committee, our executive committee, to actually to approve a revenue sharing platform.
Okay.
So if you study this with NFL, NBA, their setup is where basically what they do is at a league level, at the NFL level, whatever income they generate at an NFL level, at the league level, not the franchise level, but NFL level, like sponsorships, of course, Super Bowl revenue, like the broadcast revenue, stuff like that. What they do is they split that off and they split it up and they divvy it out to all the franchises equally.
Okay.
So, for example, like last year, each franchise got $306 million from the NFL.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's through their revenue sharing program. We adopted that same program, that same concept, except what we're doing for right now, until we get franchises on board, because the first franchise is the 7 cities. And basically, what we're doing for right now, we're going to actually take our revenue that we make from the games, and we're going to keep a certain portion of that revenue for our own costs. The remainder will be split out between the players.
Okay.
So basically, it's like a joint effort. As far as, of course, we're not a major organization yet. It's not a major platform.
So only getting $306 million.
But right, so my thing is, if we have, it's like a joint effort with the players. Hey, you guys gotta get out here and promote from your friends, family, fans. We're gonna promote. We're gonna put money into ads. We have a website. We have all the social media platforms. Everything you need, we're gonna promote our asses off. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And the goal is to make revenue at these games, and that way we can split that off with the players. I want to see our players making thousands of dollars off top right now. Like our first game that we're actually implementing this system, the revenue sharing system, is going to be off the playoffs, the SBS playoffs on October 29th, and that's going to be the first game we're going to actually pay the players based off of what we make off that game.
Okay. So
sweet.
With that being said, Monty, you stated moments ago that you wasn't that kind of artist. Well, what kind of artist would you consider yourself to be?
Not much of an artist, honestly. I don't really care to be a superstar, pop star, rapper, singer. I like music as a whole.
Right.
I like the process of it. I want to help be a part of a team that builds somebody else. I want to be a part of somebody else's startup.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I want to be the guy who's making that person sound and look the way they are and be who that person is. Like, I want to help make somebody. I don't really care to do it myself because it's a tremendous amount of work.
Right.
I feel like becoming a super big star turns you into somebody you're not.
Right.
To be honest with you.
Right.
I mean, there's stars out there who genuinely look like good people.
Right.
If you really want to get to big places, you got to start doing what other people tell you to do. I'm not one of those people. I'd much rather continue to just build my own and see where we can go.
Right.
And I mean, but that's where it becomes hard because if you want to get into the nitty gritty, it's hard to find real artists. You find a lot of rappers. Tremendous amount.
Well,
real musicians as a whole and who understand music is rare.
It's rough. It's hard to find. The biggest thing with us as a league is we want to find artists that are not trying. They're trying to do this as an actual career. There's a lot of artists out here that are doing music for the clout, to show off in front of their friends, family, girlfriend, whatever. But we want artists that really want to make moves to the next level.
I'm glad you said that.
I think one of the biggest issues, and we actually kind of talked about this earlier, is life. Not everybody is fortunate enough to get to be able to make music their entire life, and I say that because everybody kind of has their own situations. Me personally, I was fortunate enough to have both of my parents in my life still, an easy living situation, and able to put my full-time effort and focus into my music and then turn it into my full-time career. Even when I went out and moved on my own, I was able to still maintain, and I put my studio in my house, and but it's also a mindset. And that's where a lot of people get it fucked up. Is like we were talking about. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
Come on, bro.
Talk, man. Talk, man.
And the fuck.
It's one of those things where, man, it's like if you're not willing to put in the groundwork and spend and not get paid for a long time, you're not willing to make it in any business.
Right.
Like it's not just music. It's anything you do. If you're not willing to put in that 2 to 5 years of groundwork to actually start gaining anything from it, you're not gonna get none. I was doing so much shit before I started making money from this. You have no idea. Before I turned this into my full-time job, I was working a job. I was then going to the studio doing sessions for free, DJing events for free, doing this for free, doing that for free, doing everything for free.
Dues.
That
That's
is.
the most important part. You gotta pay your dues. In order to start getting paid, you gotta pay your dues, man. And that's where everybody's messing up.
Artists don't know that. They see the glitz and glamour on TV and see the artists winning awards, but they don't know the background. You know, that the perfect series that was actually just recently on Netflix was actually about what's his name, Kanye West.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That was so dope because what it did was it showed like the grind of how because he was one of the first quote unquote producer artists that were like trying to really get on.
Yeah,
and
he was hungry, man.
He was going into Def Jam, like rapping songs to the day and hours right there on spot.
He was hungry,
man.
Man.
You saw him, from going from nothing to something, and that's important for artists to see because when they see that these artists got like millions of fans, you got to understand this took years to develop that. It's not tomorrow. It's not overnight. It took years to develop that millions of fans, and then on top of that, it takes marketing dollars as well. And they don't understand that concept.
And another thing that a lot of the artists don't get is that the overnight celebrities aren't celebrities for them.
No.
Do you want to be a Kanye or do you want to be a Spot and Got him? I don't care what y'all say. It was relevant for a minute. I ain't heard shit.
That was it.
That's it. I don't know about
y'all.
Look,
I'm glad y'all spoke on that too. I got a 2-piece for y'all.
Sure.
All right, so Monty, I'm gonna hit you first. All right, as an engineer, how do you feel about the quality of music, especially today? Do you think people take the quality seriously, or are they just rushing to basically just throw something out to say I got music out there?
Get their name out there.
Like, my homie just got what's the damn program they use? You know what I'm saying? He just got it yesterday and we in the studio.
It's a tough question because there's some people who care about quality but don't have the financial state to pay for quality. So that they kind of have to go to what they can get. But I mean, me personally, I didn't want to pay for studio time, so I learned how to do it.
Smart man.
It was that simple.
And that took time.
It took time, but it was like a whole 3 years of shitty music, shitty quality. Right. After all the working, just
go ahead.
Keep it going every single day without stopping. You get better and you get better.
That's how you grow.
Like how do basketball players get to the league? They ball
in the gym. Shoot.
Like a lot more than others. You know what I'm saying? Like anything you do, you just got to do it a lot. You have to put in 10,000 hours to master something. That's one of the things that I heard. And I don't know how many hours I put into this, but I can guarantee you I'm getting up there. Like I know I'm in here every day, 16 hours a day sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but it's just putting in that groundwork and it's not giving up. And it's those times that you feel like, man, I'm not getting nowhere, where you're really getting somewhere. Because if you're really feeling like you're getting nowhere, and then you do something about that, then you really are like, because I've had so many times where I'm like, man, I ain't getting nowhere, bro. I don't. But then I realized, like, hold up.
Not where I was.
I'm not where I was. My shit sounds better. My music's better. My quality's better. My equipment's better. Everything's better than it was last year. My price is better now too. And that's another thing that a lot of people don't get. Not just artists, but everybody.
Yesterday's price.
Yesterday's price. Today's price. But when it comes to pricing, especially when you're an artist, know your value. Don't overvalue yourself. And when it comes to artists who are trying to charge $1,000 for a feature and you don't got no type of following, fuck you. Don't care.
Come on,
Go fuck yourself. I understand that this is a business and all that. But what are you bringing to the song?
Right.
Exactly.
Right. It's 100%.
With your vocals, I don't give a fuck about you saying, oh, that's cool. so can she.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
can he.
Fact.
So with the
so
right
can I.
auto tune, I can do it too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, it's engineers too. If your skills aren't there, don't be charging people
Right.
a tremendous amount of. I still undercut myself, and I'm way better than 90% of the other engineers out here. Don't care.
Talk your shit,
Don't
man.
There you go.
Don't
Talk
care.
your
But
shit.
How
I'm
you
not
feel,
speaking
by the
for
way?
myself. I'm
Right.
speaking from what everybody else tells me every single fucking day when I'm getting dick riding in my studio every day.
Talk
Right.
your shit,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but I know that I'm good because of how much work I put in.
Yeah.
And then I listen to my shit. I listen to shit like 2 months later after so I'll hear somebody's stuff somewhere else and I'll be like, hold up. Oh, damn, I did that.
Yeah.
Yo, hold up. This actually sounded pretty good. Or I'll get a showcase or something and I hear one of my mixes come on. I'll be like, yep, that's mine.
Yeah.
I know.
That's so
Yeah.
important, man. That's
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Now look, now
So,
for you. Hold on, let me get them. I got the 2-piece going.
All right, go
For
ahead.
you and you. How many people got rejected to qualify to be in the music sports league because their quality was shitty?
We had about 16 players that got rejected.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Wow.
16 submissions, and that was just basically because what we do is when we get the submissions come through, we screen them. I personally will go in there and screen them, and if I hear some issues with the song, the mix is so important that artists gotta understand, man, and that listen, if you're trying to fill yourself out, you're trying to learn this like how he was. I get it. You want to save costs. I get that 100%. However, you need to record. If you want to record your own vocals, that's cool. But you still need to take it to an actual professional studio to get it mixed.
Yes, sir.
You can't just record your song and then put it out there. You gotta understand that's your product. When you're an entrepreneur at the end of the day. You're an entrepreneur as an artist. You're an entrepreneur. Your product is music.
Right.
So when you put your music out to the general public and people like myself, him, you guys, when we hear the music and we're like, oh man, why would you do that to yourself? That's your fault. That's your
Right.
your brand is fucked up. At that point, it's
And
done. You're done.
I can guarantee you that you probably had a couple songs that were pretty decent, but the quality just wasn't there.
Bruh.
And that
So-
really fucks it up for me, dude.
So,
I'm gonna say
in
I
other
heard some of
words,
the
It's
people,
a
and-
turn.
yeah. So, in other words, it's their crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to make sure that crack
And-
is hidden.
and another
Because
thing that's
if you
very
put it out there
important-
righteous, you know what I'm
Another
saying?
thing that's very important, one thing I just want to point out, if you are putting out songs and you don't have a radio edited version of your song, that's not good at all.
Right.
I can understand you having songs. That's why we have engineers. I'm pretty sure a lot of engineers do this because I've worked with a lot of them. I've engineered before. One of the things we ask an artist is like, is this going to be a single or is this just going to be a radio track? Sometimes they're like, I don't know. So let's go ahead and let me create a radio track for you as well. So I'm going to do a radio edit for you, just so you have it in the event that you want
So
to make this.
it has to be presentable. Right.
Yeah.
So it has to be presentable.
Right.
You know,
Yes, and it
pretty
needs
much.
to be offered.
Right.
The engineer needs to be offering that initially. Like, what
Well,
kind of?
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm
No, you're
sorry,
good, bro.
but it's not our job to worry about your radio edit though. It's up to the artist to say to know what they need to come in and get.
Right.
So if an artist asks me for a radio edit, not a problem.
Okay.
But that's
so,
what separates real artists from just rappers.
Okay.
Right.
So-
Oh, if they want
I'm
a full
not even
session.
gonna ask
Okay.
because that's kind of to me just immediately a test of how serious are you about your music. Because
Right.
I have
Is
a
it?
couple
Okay.
artists who every time they record,
Okay.
I need a radio edit as well.
Yeah.
Not an issue, not a problem at all. I'm gonna go ahead and send you a clean version. I'm gonna
Pay
send you a
attention,
early
people.
version.
Pay attention, people.
But I got some people who they just come in and out, and it's like with me, it's like I'm petty, I guess, but I test everybody. Like everybody who comes into the studio, I purposely, sometimes
Right,
I'll even
right.
purposely just tune out just to see where they're at, to see if are they gonna catch me just tuning out, not paying attention.
Right.
Let's see how much they actually care about how much I care about their shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, I love that.
That makes
You know what I'm
sense.
saying?
Yeah.
Makes sense, though.
That makes a lot of
Because
sense.
like me personally, because I'm really dedicated to finding that one.
Yeah.
Because out of everybody I work with, there's a couple people that I really like, and I feel I can go, but they're still not there yet.
Right.
To my
And it's,
opinion.
and it's also
Right.
a matter of them getting the most out of their dollar, man. They're at the end of the day, you're paying somebody to record your music. You
Right.
want to get the most out of that engineer.
Hell yeah.
that
So-
you can.
So you're saying if they cannot reach your standards, then they can't elevate to the next level.
With me,
Right.
I'm not saying that they can't elevate,
Right.
but with me, because like, let me ask you, if me and you were doing business
Mm-hmm.
and you were putting in hours of work on my craft, but I wasn't doing shit for
Right.
myself. Would you want to continue to work with me, or
Not at all.
you see? And
Not at
it's
all.
That's not even
Or-
just
it's not
music.
even just the money.
Right, right,
It's not
right.
just about the money. Of course, I want to get paid, but it's how much effort am I gonna put into you if you're not putting effort into yourself?
Exactly.
I'm not. There's no point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's. I'm looking for those people like highly dedicated. I'm seeing them moving all the time. I'm seeing like I get people work and have jobs, but outside of your job, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing shows? Are you still pushing on social media? You making TikToks? You on TikTok?
Yeah.
I'm asking all my artists, you on TikTok?
Yeah, 'cause
If
that's
you're
what the
not, you're
label's
not serious
asking
about
now
music,
too.
I don't care.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care. TikTok is the number one way
Wow.
for artists right now.
Right.
The
Okay.
number one way for artists right
Yeah.
now. And if
I'm
you
a-
disagree, you're not on TikTok.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's an artist coming out now who I just seen. She's gonna be doing a show with Knots, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if y'all heard her. Aniko. They played her song on the BET Awards.
Oh, okay.
And I first heard her on TikTok, and she blowing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
R&B chick, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I
She's
heard.
a neo soul singer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful
She got-
voice too.
I had one of her songs on my Spotify list.
Okay.
How y'all
Okay.
think that chick from Brooklyn is blowing up? That Munch.
Who
That
that?
Munch chick.
Uh,
You know,
you talking
Ice
about,
Spice or
Ice
whatever.
Spice.
Okay.
Oh, the
Blowing
one
up on
Flex said the
TikTok.
best out of New York right now.
Who's that? Who
Blowing
said
up
that?
off of-
Flex
off
said
of
that?
TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check her out. I'm
I
gonna check her out.
I heard she's doing some bad. I heard that her management is doing some bad business where basically they're changing up the prices from what they were agreed to, and now because she rose, her I guess followers or got more famous overnight or whatever, they're changing the prices and reneging on. You know what I'm saying?
About to raid her pocket.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
And you know,
So
bitch,
that's definitely a
So
a
what they-
lawsuit.
and I bet you
originally
they probably
said-
gonna get her too, because
Right.
she probably don't know. She probably
Yeah.
not educated
Yeah,
enough.
that's bad business.
Yeah.
Bad business.
That
very
is bad business.
So yeah, I just read about that last week.
That's what I'm saying. You
Right.
overnight celebrities, y'all want to be famous so damn bad. So you're an overnight celebrity and you realize that you didn't take the journey you were supposed to take.
Right, right.
If you
The
want to
process.
if you want
Trust
to
the
be Kanye
process.
West, you need to take that journey.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yo, I'm being real. There's a couple artists around here who, to me, they put themselves out the way they need to, just not in the right places.
Mm.
Like my biggest example is Tony Shinobi, where quality ain't there, the music's there, his artistry is there, but the quality ain't there, and he doesn't put himself in front of the right people. But I feel like that dude, if he put himself in front of the right people, they take him out, they beat him up.
That's where Music Sports League comes into play, because
Right.
it's not just a competition, it's really conditioning the artists to be able to get them prepared for larger scale performances.
Yo, y'all are really, I mean, y'all are really gonna start separating the men from the boys with that shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
And that's
Definitely.
what it's all about, because basically the way we model it is, like I said, we are a sports league, and that's how we conduct ourselves as a business. We are a sports league. Like the players that just got drafted for the Song series, we sending them draft certificates and everything.
Right, okay.
Like we're serious about this.
Yeah.
This is,
Right.
this is really a sport for us, and we want to let them know, like, listen, if you're not ready for this level, you can't get drafted into the NFL, NBA, and you're just a mediocre player. You have to show a proven level of skills and talent to get into the draft.
And be able to take correction.
Right. Yeah.
That's
So-
it. That's it.
Exactly. So
That's
that's
because
how.
I'm
a pretty
man.
dope idea.
Yeah.
Because just like the whole draft aspect of it, though, it's
Yeah,
like
it's awesome, man.
it's like it's cool because like you know what I'm saying, you got artists who when you all build it to this point, y'all are gonna have artists who are gonna be working just to get drafted,
Right.
right? And then you're gonna have
But
artists who
still
are
sharpen
drafted,
still,
and
so
then
it make
now
you get better.
now
Yes,
you're
sir.
getting drafted
Yes,
to
sir.
a team, and it's like shit. You on that team and you getting paid, but you could get cut, motherfucker. So you better hold your you better
Yeah,
train
hold
like
up.
LeBron.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
Like that shit. I mean, I'm shit. Give me a coach. Let me coach a team. Shit, we gonna be number one.
Already.
I don't care. Like
That
shit.
boy, hey,
Yeah.
he transparent, man. But hey,
I'm telling you, this is why artists don't want to.
I love it,
me,
man.
because if you're
Yeah,
on my
that's
roster, you gonna hate me. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
right.
like
Hey,
me.
but
Yeah,
see,
right.
as an artist,
You're
though,
not
if you
gonna
don't
like
have
it.
thick skin,
Love it.
yeah,
if
that's
you
it.
don't have thick skin, you're not ready to go to the next level.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? You can't
Well,
be.
that's in life in general, man.
Yeah.
That's in life
And
in
it's just a
general.
matter of us
you know?
trying to, and it's a matter with us with the league. We don't trash them and say, "Oh, you don't sound great," but we want to give them constructive criticism. Say, "Hey, listen,
There it is.
your music's great," and I even had to send emails back to artists that sent in music for the draft, and I was like, "Hey, the music is there. Your music is dope, man. Your song is dope, but I need you to send me a radio edited version.
Right.
And it has to be listed on Spotify.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they sometimes just don't reply back. And that lets you know.
So, hey Juan, so could you explain to the people what brought you to this idea?
So back in 2013, I always say 2014, but it's 2013 actually. But 2013, I was watching American Idol. While I was watching American Idol, I was just thinking to myself, not just randomly.
Yeah.
It's like, it would be pretty cool to see rappers and singers on the same stage competing against each other.
Right.
Thought nothing more of it. Went to bed that night and found myself in this dream. I was in this large arena.
Wow.
It was massive.
Wow.
I don't know where it was located, but it was a massive arena. A lot of people were there. And in the middle of the arena was a stage. A rapper and a singer were going against each other.
Wow.
It was crazy. But I was so mesmerized by the audience.
Right.
That I just kept looking around. I saw signs up and I saw just everything. Signs. It gave me the ambiance of a sports event.
Right.
And so it tripped me out because it was almost like two parts of the dream, because then I found myself in a room after the event was over, after the match was over.
Yeah.
And they had the two players were on the podium doing a press conference. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
I'm looking over this way to my left. I'm seeing a table of labels heads, like Def Jam, a lot of different labels, and they're congregating with each other, going back and forth. They're putting deals together, trying to work on who they want to sign. Yeah. I was like, what is going on? I was really tripped out about it.
Right.
So I woke up the next morning, told my mom, called my mom, I said, yo, Mom, I had this dream, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, no, I don't think that was a dream. I think that was a vision.
That was a message. That was a message
I was
for
like,
you.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So I went
all
online,
praises to the Most High.
Did some research online, just to see if I seen anything similar to what this was.
Right.
And basically, there was nothing like it, but I came across an article, and it was called Art Competitions in the Olympics.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They said back in the early 1900s, the first ever Olympic president, I don't know his name, but the first ever Olympic Committee president wanted arts and sports to be together in the Olympics. So he allowed sculpting, painting, music, like instruments and everything like that, all in the Olympic Games. So there were actually artists that won medals in the Olympics. 151 medals were actually awarded in the early 1900s.
Dude, imagine bringing that back in 2022.
Come on, man.
That's
Imagine. Exactly.
Like, first of all, with social media, dude,
come on,
artists
man.
all over the world with
Ding. Come on, man.
Like, you have people on TikTok just making artist videos, just like you were saying, like making pots and stuff, like all this different type of stuff. Bring all these creators together.
Right.
That's it.
Like you're doing gaming events, you're bringing all these gamers together.
Esports is about to be in the Olympic Games. They're considering that.
You know what I'm saying?
Breakdance is going to be in the next Olympic Games.
Really?
It's going to be called popping.
Yeah.
That's going to be in the Olympic Games in the next summer Olympic Games.
That's for real.
Yeah, that's real.
I heard. Yeah,
So
I've heard that before from someone else.
So that was what kind of led me to, basically, like I said, I did continue my research, and basically what happened was that they pulled that from the Olympics because back in those days, Olympians had to be amateur athletes. They couldn't be professional athletes. And there was an issue with deciphering how if artists are amateur athletes or pros. You know what I'm saying? So they just completely wiped it out completely. So now, after I seen that dream, after I saw that dream and I did my research, I said, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen. I don't know how to make it happen. I've never put on a music event a day in my life. I've been in the music industry at that time for a little over 10 years. That was back 2013. So I've been in the music industry for a long time. I worked with a lot of artists, independent and major. But I've never put on an event in my life. So I just took a year to just research. I went on NFL, NBA, WTA, USA boxing, because I boxed for over 20 years, so I knew a lot about boxing.
Okay.
But
How old are you?
I'm 44, man.
No, the years you be like, what?
Hey, feel like he 21, right?
Right.
He look 21, man. Look,
I started boxing at the age of 3, you know what I'm saying, cuz?
Talk about 13, 20 years.
20 years back, right.
I
Yeah.
got a 26-year-old daughter, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wow. I'm 43. I thought I was older than you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you was 28,
Hey,
29.
you look good for your age, brother.
Yeah.
You're blessed, man. You're blessed, man.
So I got a question
Hey,
too,
look,
man, that,
hey,
I want to ask
wait
you
a
too.
minute. Yeah, I was saying he just fucked Monty up. He took the word right out of my mouth. He just fucked Monty up because Monty like,
Red over that motherfucker.
I really thought he was like 28, 29.
Yeah. He fucked Monty up. Hey, look, I'm sitting there watching
Come on there,
Monty
young
up.
fella.
I thought he was around my age.
Yeah, man. It's a blessing, man.
Oh, man.
It's a blessing.
And I got a question I want to ask you too, also, Juan. I know we spoke about it. I want to bring it out too, because we hear a lot of people say when they talk to major labels and stuff like that, and they say one of the issues with this area in particular is that there's no unity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For for us to be a major, I guess,
Entity.
player in the industry, and I just wanted to know if you could share some truth on that. Is that's really what being said, or is that just smoke being blown up people's ass?
So I've been blessed, man, to really have, I've been in the industry for a long time. Moved to Atlanta to really get my game up, because I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do with music. I just produced for a long time, and then when I found my niche, I worked with a lot of labels in Atlanta: Def Jam, Rock Nation, Universal, Young Money as well. So luckily, I sent them a presentation about the league. They loved it. They want to support it. However, they want to make sure that the talent out here is on point. Before they fully sign on and say, yo, we fully support you. We're going to maybe even donate whatever to support us. But for right now, they want to see the level of talent. Luckily, I did talk to one of my Def Jam A&R friends. He checked out the list. He said the roster's dope. I said, thank you. He said, your committee did a great job. That's a great group of artists. So that's really good. So, but the actual culture of this area for years, in which one of my friends at the Def Jam said, well, I'm kind of surprised that you're trying to do this in the Hampton Roads area and not like Atlanta, because the people, we kind of viewed them out there in Virginia Beach area, Norfolk, Hampton Roads. Artists had kind of more like divas. Like they kind of like there's no momentum out here. There's no momentum. They very tribal. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like we'll help you to a certain extent, to where we don't want to help you to where you'll surpass us.
Yeah.
We need to get out of that culture, because one thing I'll tell you now, when I lived in Atlanta, one thing that Atlanta does that we definitely don't do is they have like a union out there. You can see, I'm at independent artist shows, different open mics and stuff like that, recruiting for the label I was working for, independent label I was working for, and you will see people like Jeezy, T.I., Ludacris, Usher at these shows like they're regular people.
Right.
In the crowd, like me and him right here beside each other, just like this. Nobody's jumping on them trying to get autograph. They're just regular people.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
they support.
That's
It's
it.
like, and it's like a union out there where they work together and they support each other. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to your show, you come to my show. Oh, I'm gonna feature with you,
Right.
you feature with
And
me.
see.
Hey, I'll break bread with you, you break bread with me.
Right.
Because if
And
you
see.
make it, I'm gonna make it. Because
Right.
you're gonna come back and make sure you put me on one of your features and
See,
get me out there.
See, that was my whole purpose in starting Focus,
Right.
because I want to unite the community of creators,
Right.
for our community united strongly, So, yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
Right.
I mean, from my experience in working
So
here,
that-
because I even catch myself kind of being like
A diva.
a diva.
Okay.
But I say that because like everybody knows the problem. None of us want to do shit about it though.
Right.
But I feel like that a lot of that has to do with because of all of the drama and all of the shit that people can't get along. It seems like. And it seems like all the top dogs around here, the guys who are actually doing a little bit of something, we don't work with each other.
Right.
We don't talk to each other. We don't try to collab.
Because
I know just me personally, when I started like making a little bit of a name for myself and people started to know me a little bit, I tried to reach out to people who were, like Lowski and people like that who were actually, I never would get responses. I wouldn't even get reds or nothing. So it's like you try to, even somebody like Big Will is another example. I worked with Big Will. and he told me his story, and it's like we could have really built something,
Come on
bro. But
now.
instead, you were so focused on bullshit
Come on now.
and blowing through your stuff that we got nothing out of something that you could have really started something huge
Right,
for
right.
VA. Like you became the party king.
Right.
You could have started something
Right.
huge, and you chose to shoot to work for yourself and not help nobody. And that I do. I even catch myself though, because it's like I do put myself on a certain pedestal, right? Because I know my worth and I know like how much I've done. But like it's
Would it be better if it was select artists that you were able to actually choose to work with?
yes, in a way. It's that like I just work with so many artists and I hear the same things and see the same results with so many people that the ones who do slip in and actually do show results, I overlook. Because I'm so now stuck in they're probably on some bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, so
right.
it's everybody's mindset is they're on bullshit, bullshit, and that's why I feel like there's not going to be unity around here for a while unless we have something like we need a big leader.
Yeah.
Is what we need.
Yeah.
What we need is somebody to really take lead and for people to really just start being like, he's right,
And
he's
see,
right, they're
The
right,
thing is,
and just actually just come together.
and I'm gonna tell you, this area would shine because so many
Man.
artists come
We
from
need
here,
a
and
big
then
rig is what
there's
we need.
there's
We need
so
a
many.
Pharrell. We need somebody to
Right,
come-
but it's
and if
so
we-
much
and if-
talent here.
And if it's not one
You
of
know?
them, then we need somebody here to really step the fuck up.
Yeah.
And really just start
You know.
shaking everybody's
Right.
hand, no matter who you are.
When they
and just-
said there's something in the water, there's truly something in the water here. You know, because
There
there's
is,
a lot of
especially
talented
with
people
VAs,
here.
which
Yeah.
is all
I
too
think something too
divided.
we overlook too when it comes to the music is we gotta realize that in this area we have the biggest naval base in the world. So that means there's people
Coming
from
from
everywhere
everywhere.
coming through here.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Right.
you may have somebody from California come through here. Hey, go back home, tell your peoples about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From Texas, from
Yeah.
New York, like everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
got colleges here.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's the
And
crowd is here.
the biggest
know what I
marketing
mean?
scheme is the word of mouth. You know, and that's where it starts.
Can I be honest with a really harsh truth here?
Go for
Let's
it,
go.
man. You ain't gotta ask to be honest, man.
This is the bare
naked
naked truth. Hey, when you're sitting here, you're under oath, so you gotta speak the truth, whether it's harsh or not.
Well,
You
this,
know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
this is a hard topic, but it's too hood.
Huh?
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm
It's
gonna
like-
say that it's too hood because you have I deal with a lot of rappers who all they be talking about with their buddies is all they beef and how they about to go hit a lick on somebody and it's too much of that.
That's yeah,
To where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like there's no trust. You can't have somebody in Newport News go out to Portsmouth and feel safe.
Right,
You
right,
can't have
right,
somebody
right. That's
from
true.
Portsmouth go out to Virginia Beach and feel safe.
Yeah.
It's that we're also divided in our
Divided
cities,
and
but it's
It's a
even
trouble.
subdivided within the fucking cities too.
Right,
Like Hampton's
right.
all divided between Hampton and Newport
Oh,
News.
you
is
live in
divided,
such and
but we
such
all
neighborhood?
fucking-
Okay, I
Yeah.
can't rock
We all
with
just
you. I
hate
live
each
over
other
here.
But here's the
For
thing,
no
bro.
reason.
That's ridiculous. Ego.
There's no
For no
fucking
reason. Ego
reason
gets
for it,
mad.
bro. We all hate each
Yeah.
other for no reason, bro. I've
Yeah.
literally watched as two artists. So I had an artist come in one day, and like the other artist was finishing up. I was finishing up his ex, and they never met each other. They were two young kids too, and that's another fucking problem. Is the young kids.
Come on.
They started questioning the fuck out of each other.
Wow.
Like they were about to try to beef with each other for who you know, where you from, what,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
oh, so you know them people. Oh,
This
I
ain't
don't.
Compton. This
I
ain't
don't-
Compton.
They were
Come on,
trying
man.
to figure
Come
out
on, man.
what problem
Come
they
on,
could start
man.
with
This
each
is
other.
Hampton Road,
I'm gonna tell you
man.
a big thing
Right.
about that because that was something that's why I backed off and preferred to do the background on a whole lot of stuff because seeing that for so long, like it's major having to be a neutral party in situations like even amongst promoters, marketers,
Man,
like it's literally other
I've seen
radio
it.
stations.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Here's
it's
how I rock.
still, yeah.
here's how I rock. What you got going on with that person ain't got shit to do with me.
Absolutely.
If you don't fuck with that person, that's your
That's
problem.
on your issue.
I don't have no problem with that.
Yes.
If you have a problem with that, bye.
That's it.
Exactly.
fuck
And
off.
then
That's it.
conflict
It's
resolution.
that simple.
When people have issues, they're not going directly to that person that they have an issue and explaining what their problem is or their
Right.
difference is. So it goes.
Yeah, but see,
wash them in
a
the
lot of
tub.
them don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't know
Yeah.
how to speak it. You
They
know,
know how to talk when they get on damn IG
When they get on the
Live
mic
and start talking
right.
shit.
People
Right.
don't
They know how to
how
speak
take it
then.
either, bro.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Like,
right.
Because I know.
Can't take it.
Right.
I mean,
right.
because me personally, like, I could be a harsh fucking person. Like, I can be
Yeah.
really, really hard on
That's
somebody.
what they need.
But you know what though? That's what mess a lot of people up,
people
especially when everyone around you saying, "Oh, this shit fire, this shit dope," and then you get somebody,
One person like
you know, from the outside that's like,
Nah.
"Nah, that shit trash." What you mean?
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
cool like this shit. Like,
Right, right. And that's the thing. That's his
Like,
opinion.
I have nothing to
If-
lose
If
in
he
telling
think
you
it's
that you're
trash,
trash.
then that's okay.
Hey,
You know what I'm
guys,
saying?
quick,
Just
quick,
because
say something.
I like sandwiches don't mean that you gonna like ham
Exactly.
sandwiches. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's okay.
Right, and by the way, guys, this is L.A. Hicks over here. She's
L.A. Hicks.
Hi,
actually my director of A&R.
All right.
AKA amazing.
Yeah.
man.
She the one that the people need to get at if they ain't get selected in the draft. Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a really, like he was saying, it's just, at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about what we're doing at the Music Sports League is we're combining 804 and 757. Collectively, it's called the Seven Cities. Now, I know that's known for the Hampton Roads area, but because we're based in Newport News, that's our headquarters, we combine 804. So artists from the 804 and 757 can compete in our franchise, which we call sectors, but this is the first one. So the goal is to basically, our goal is to pretty much open up new sectors across, up and down the East Coast. New York, D.C., Miami, Atlanta, of course. And then once we get those, and it's no different than how the NFL NBA is set up, where, you can have a franchise owner come in and want to buy an actual buy a sector. No different than NFL NBA. We want to we want to have 32 sectors across the nation, and ultimately we want to become an international organization, of course, an international league within 15 years. And by 2044, we want to be petitioning for the Olympic Games.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
kind of like how pro wrestling.
You know how
is.
2044
Right.
sound far away, but it's really not.
Right there, yeah.
Right there. Hello.
It's like-
Hello.
Around 20 years from now.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Absolutely. And this is also building legacy. Like
Okay.
we are building it up so that the younger, again, talking about the youth, building it up so the youth will be able to have something to come back into and take over.
He
Beautiful.
tapped into
Beautiful.
something
Beautiful.
that's very important. He said, I'm happy he really said this because he was like, you're going to have artists that are just looking to get drafted. That's so important because what we're trying to do is we're trying to set a standard.
Yeah.
And basically to the point where even labels would be like, look, have you been through the Music Sports League? Oh, we don't even want to message you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
That's
want to
what I'm
make sure.
saying.
I like it though because, I always felt music was competitive.
It
You know
is.
what I'm saying?
You
And
can look at it like this. You can create pretty much a label type based just off of this competition to where you can get such a big following from it where like labels might not even fucking be relevant after a while.
Right.
Like you might just like artists could just be blowing up off of just getting drafted onto a team. They start hearing all these people listening to their music and shit. Now that it's like y'all are pretty much a whole label
Yeah,
within
you
a
got it,
league.
yeah.
Like y'all are like a fucking league.
Wow.
Like it's
Yeah,
like
that's beautiful.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, now that I'm getting a better understanding what y'all are doing, I think it's a fucking beautiful thing.
Yes,
I'm gonna say it's
I think
real
it's
quick.
dope.
I'm gonna say it's real quick. I'm gonna say the reason why they're so beautiful what he's saying because exactly we're not trying to knock the labels because we want to work with them because not every artist is going to want to stay independent.
yeah.
Some artists will want to sign with major labels, and our goal is to basically take the players, a regular Joe Blow off the street. Our goal is to get to where we're so popular and influential that no different than LeBron James, Serena Williams, Tom Brady. They were nobodies at one point, right? And they played they did what they did in their respective sport, and they built a major following.
Definitely.
Now they're multi-millionaires, billionaires, or got all these endorsement deals and all this stuff going on for themselves. We want the same exact concept for our players.
Gotcha.
Want them to come through our league, build their fan base, and if they want to sign with a major, that's at their discretion. But however, if they want to still say, hey, if we got a player in our league that got some 10 million followers by themselves, 10 million fans, they can stay independent.
I mean, I even look at it like you. I mean, you can even do like endorsement deals with like big jewelry companies.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
like, think about
That-
it
well,
like Nike
right,
or
right.
like Nike, Jordan, Puma.
Yeah.
Like the basketball got the shoe company.
Right.
Got the shoe companies, right? Which player, which is gonna sign which. You now can have jewelry brand companies or clothing companies.
Right.
Or which one is this player gonna sign?
Right. What you gonna sign with?
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like it's all incentive to get these artists to be like, yo, this is huge, and like I do really think that if y'all build it right, y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
plan
yeah.
something
At the end of the day,
Totally
it's simple as this.
game changing.
He sees the vision.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
He sees the vision because
And this
Yeah.
their first
But-
time meeting too, y'all.
Yeah.
This ain't no
Right.
setup. So,
Yeah.
you know.
the biggest
Definitely
thing of it
not.
all,
Mhm.
is we have to get we got to get these local artists to support it.
Mhm.
Without them, we can't do any. We're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
It took so much work to get artists to be involved.
Yeah, I
Just
think
to
once they
submit.
start seeing it, then it'll start making sense.
Yeah.
So I hope that after this, man, this will help with promoting it and we let the artists see, like, listen, we're here to help you. It's already hard enough doing it by yourself, but why
Definitely.
not allow
Right.
an organization to help
Right.
you like us?
Right.
I think I mean it's like I don't know how the marketing's going, but yo, utilize TikTok to blow y'all shit up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep telling everybody that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is something right here where if brand it right and y'all put that on and y'all really brand that like, hey, this is a new sports league. You're gonna gain so much interest in such a short amount of time because you have you're mixing sports with music. You're mixing two things that already sports people,
Y'all already
sports
go
fans,
together.
Yeah.
and musicians both
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even not even just that, just gamers and just viewers of Twitch, of just people who just like to watch
Yeah.
Yeah.
things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think it's just a groundbreaking idea. If it's marketed right, y'all really could.
Look at
y'all could
Juan.
really-
He want to explode. He want to explode right now. Juan want to explode. I told him the other day though. I said I'm excited about this, man. This is something big.
Yeah.
This is really
And
something
it's
big,
just like
man.
how y'all were talking about earlier. Y'all were talking about the shit like it was a fucking real draft going on. I mean, but it sparked my interest, and I started listening in. Like, wait, what are y'all talking about? Y'all started talking about people I knew, and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. But shit, my dog's top 5, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, my homie's top 5, though. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then it made me interested to want to know a little bit more about what y'all were talking about. Now I'm fully
Right.
on board.
Right. So, Juan, I have a question. He mentioned something about, an artist want to sign with a big company. Okay, if they're under MSL, would they have to sign a contract with you
So
before signing the contract
right.
with the big label?
This is another beautiful thing about Music Sports League. We want to be the representative of the players.
Okay.
So not only the league is just the league is just a form of promoting your music, your skills, your talent, your competitiveness, of course. Now you build your name up and you build your fans and everything like that. We are going to represent you legally. And that means like if you want to sign with the major, we're going to negotiate that deal for you. We're going to go for the gusto. Because I see one day music sports athletes, and I did say music sports athletes.
There you go.
Music sports athletes will be making multi-million-dollar deals off of these labels.
Blessings.
And I'm not talking about 10 million.
Right.
Because if you have a player that comes in through our league that has 100 million followers, they get, trust me, you're gonna have to come out with at least $30 to $40 million contracts.
Yeah.
With the major. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And our job as a league is to make sure they're represented, you know what I'm saying, from a legal perspective, of course. We want to make sure they're represented from a booking perspective. We want to handle everything for them so that way they're protected.
Yeah.
And then when they're ready to go off and do their own thing, they're done with the league. Because not every artist is going to be in the music sports league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like football, you've done your time in the NFL. You're going to retire one day.
Right.
One day you're going to, you're not going to use music sport anymore. You're going to go off and do your own thing. And our job is to make sure that they are in the best position possible. So when they're ready to go off to the next level, they're good to go.
Yeah.
That's why the educational portion is so important because we want to provide our players with the MSL University, which is going to be our educational portal.
Okay.
We want to provide them
Nice.
with mental and health issues that may come with competition, because competition, there's a lot of mental health issues that come with that.
Right.
We want to provide them the actual, the consultation they may need for that. We want to provide them the education for music industry. You would never, you have no idea how many artists just don't even know the basics of the music industry, the business. The music industry is a business first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to make sure we make sure they understand how publishing, how they get paid, record label contracts, management agreements, everything. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure they are properly informed, properly educated, so that way when they're ready to go to the next level, that's going to help them make those informal decisions, whether it's sign with the label, because we're going to give them full control in terms of, hey, if we have 3 labels on the table over here that want to sign you, you have by yourself 10 million followers. You're good right now. You can launch your own career, and you can get a distribution deal with a major label like a Universal, and you're good. You'll make money. You're straight.
Right.
However, you have 3 labels on the table over here that want to sign you. Now, with your permission, you can either go this route, or we can entertain these labels and see what they want to do. Most likely, 9 times out of 10, I think what's going to happen is most artists are going to say, okay, well, listen, I want to go this route, but I still want to see what they want to offer me.
You know what's crazy is that you could publicize this whole process. And it's rough, but you could publicize that whole process and you can spark a lot of interest. Like, just think about how many people are interested in seeing high school prospects. Who are they? What college are they studying?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Draft.
So
Come on, man.
Now you have artists who are already now becoming known. And now you're like, all right, so you got Def Jam, Interloop, and Atlantic all trying to sign this artist.
Yeah.
But what is the artist gonna do?
Right.
So now you're making it a whole dramatic type of scene,
Yeah.
a whole feel of shit. Now
whole
it's
dramatic event.
Now you have a whole episode based off.
So you got reality
the-
TV
the-
right
the-
there.
Yeah,
bro.
it is, man.
At the end of the episode, now they signed it, and now you have
All
a
that.
whole.
All
You know what I'm
that.
saying? That it's like, and it builds up even more for that artist.
That's it.
Makes them look even bigger than what they probably even are.
Yeah.
So
Perfect example of that was Drake.
Yeah.
another example of this is totally off the rails,
Yeah.
but Rob Dyrdek. I don't know if you guys have ever seen his
Come
story,
on, man. Yeah.
but the
yeah.
things he did to make himself look way bigger than
Come
what
on.
he was.
Well, then what he was, yeah, he did
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
He
hired
did that.
Big Black just
Big
just
Black.
because. He was
Man,
just
he
like, I
rest
just
in
wanna
peace.
look important.
Yeah. Man, he rest in
He
peace
said,
to
I
Big
just
Black.
wanted to look
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
So when I go
Yeah.
out, I have a security guard. People think I'm important.
I'm important. That's it. He did. No, he did that. He did that.
But the dude is
Yeah.
almost a billionaire.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
runs MTV.
And then look.
It runs MTV.
Right. And then he took care of the Big Black. Took care of Big Black. His
He
family
took care
put
of
him
his
on.
cousin. He
Put him
took care
on.
of everybody around him, bro.
Yeah. He
took
did
care of,
that.
like,
Yeah,
bro,
he did
That's
that.
why I don't know if
Yeah.
you know much about Rob, bro. If you don't know much about Rob Dyrdek's story or just him as a person, go
Man.
fucking look at how smart and a genius that man is.
Sure was,
How
man.
you can bring up 12 companies and then promote them all on MTV and they can't touch you.
Ooh.
They can't even touch you.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. How are you gonna have a company, a whole fucking TV promotion company that you just squandered on into, and start sucking your dick by the end of it?
Yeah.
Without
They
me,
took
you
it.
ain't nothing.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna
yeah.
take 95% of
He
your
owns it.
airwaves.
Yeah, he owns it.
And
He owns
Anything
it.
that I do,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep 100% and y'all ain't touching it.
Keeping 100% of my work. Yeah, 100% of my
Imagine
work.
that, bro.
Yeah.
But that's
Damn
all
team.
knowing the
But, hey.
business too. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine that.
I see the MSL Hall of Fame, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so much, man.
It's-
Let
it's
y'all know
coming, man.
BNT
Yes, sir.
will be chief franchise of one of these joints. You know?
Yeah,
But you
most
guys
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
But you guys
Yeah.
are gonna be on October 29th. Y'all gonna be there.
Definitely will be commentating,
Yeah,
so you know
yeah.
it's gonna be crazy. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hey,
are y'all
also-
broadcasting it? Like,
Nah, we're gonna broadcast that.
we need to be broadcasting,
We broadcasting that.
multi-angle Twitch, get the Twitch popping. Like, I think that's
Let's do it
that's
all.
Honestly,
Let's do
really
it all.
where you- That's where
Let's
y'all
do it.
really take it is
Yeah.
y'all broadcasting it as a real sports event.
Just so
We
y'all
are
know,
still
Monty
looking
will
for
be
media
part of the
sponsors
BNT.
to come out as well.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to have a prep.
definitely.
We're doing.
I actually
we're
have a
trying to
guy
do-
I can link you with.
Okay, great.
He
Awesome.
actually has a little bit of I can link you up. with
Yeah,
something.
we want to do a press conference and everything, so we're gonna do all that stuff.
Cool,
Press
cool.
conference for the
Definitely,
players
definitely.
and
Alright.
everything. Everything I saw in that dream, I want to do that. Is that
Alright. And then with that too, don't forget about those player cards and those commentator
Oh, that's
cards.
another thing. That's another
See, you
thing.
let the cat out the bag. They weren't even supposed to know about that yet.
I just
They weren't even
wanted
supposed to know about that yet, bro. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
that's another thing. I got
NFTs will play.
since y'all put it out there, we're working with the technology company now. We just partnered with them actually, and we're
That's
actually
beautiful.
going to be creating the first ever music sports athlete trading cards.
Come on now.
Man,
Come on
Trading
now.
card NFTs, baby.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that one of these cards can sell for real cheap, but then in
Million.
like 10 years, that same card will be fucking worth. And the
Yeah.
first person who sells the card is gonna get off of all.
Crazy.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come
So
on.
that card
Yeah,
sells for $10, they're gonna get that $10. But then the next person sells it for $10 million. That's
Hello.
how much they get. 10% of that.
Yeah, sure enough.
$20 or whatever they
Yeah,
say.
man, y'all see what it
Yeah.
is.
But we are able to put that
That's-
money
that's
right
good.
back into the school and the universities and
That's
stuff, bring
right.
it
There
right
you
back
go.
to the community. Like
Amen.
that's the
This
whole
is
thing
what I'm
about
saying.
it.
All praises,
Y'all
all
really
praises.
do this the way it
Oh,
should be
we're doing
done,
it,
man.
bro.
Oh
Going
man,
down.
hey
Y'all
man,
really
look,
have a game
hey,
changing.
he got it in motion, man. It's
I
rolling.
got my red
It's rolling.
sequence blaze on.
And hey, I got the blue one. I got the blue one, baby.
saying.
So yeah, yeah,
Hey, man,
I'm gonna
that's
be
the-
there.
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's game changing.
But
Definitely.
to me, the most important thing is the fact that people are seeing the vision.
Mhm.
That was my biggest thing, was getting people to see the vision, see how big this can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just from an artist perspective. I'm talking about from a life perspective. I'm talking about the jobs we're going to create, the revenue we're going to bring back into the Hampton Roads, and
Yeah.
the lives that we're going to change.
You have a center. You have a couple centers that you could create, like the Coliseum, the Scope,
Right.
that could
Yeah.
be
Yes.
places for
Right,
this.
right,
You know,
right,
you can
right.
create. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're not being used for shit else important.
Facts though. Facts though.
Talk your shit.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
outta here. Let's do something that's really gonna impact everybody.
Right.
And that's community, and it's
Come
community
on.
based. You know,
Yeah.
we're supporting our local talents. The problem with this area is that a lot of local people here in this area don't really know the talent we have out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They don't know much about independent music at all.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's like us pulling this out and getting that support. That's why we're working on everything. The marketing we're doing is all local based first. We're trying to drive the Hampton Roads and 804 together,
Right.
and we're trying to bring that local community to rally around the players.
Mm-hmm.
We're marketing them as music sports athletes, not recording artists. And basically, the goal is to get people to go to our website, musicsports.org, and just see these players, get to know their music, get to know them, rally around them, support them, come see them compete, and be a part of their growth.
Right.
You know,
Definitely.
today, right now, while they're still coming up, not years
You
later.
can think about it like this, like, what else do sports media things have? Like ESPN and shit. They got just sports talk shows and shit. So you
Right.
get you two hosts
Yeah.
who just talk about the sport.
Yeah.
Talk
about
It's
the
sporting,
You
yeah.
looking at him, baby?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
That's all it is, yeah.
All y'all
Yeah.
do is y'all spend an hour or two and just broadcast y'all talking about the sport.
Yeah.
Y'all talking
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
artists,
Yeah.
what they got going on.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
up and coming shit. And,
Yep.
and all
Where
that
they're
different
from,
shit.
where they from, all
You
that.
treat
Yeah.
them like they're fucking sports players, and people are gonna start following
That's
like they're
it.
fucking sports players.
That's
like,
it.
People follow the fuck out of LeBron. They ride him every day, all day. No matter
Yep.
what he does, they know what he's doing.
Right. Right.
So let the other cat out the bag.
Let
So
me tell you like this: esports by itself right now, esports. No one ever thought in a million years that people be watching people play video games as a sport.
Right.
I saw it-
Right.
I saw
Right.
it.
I sat my
Right.
Call of Duty
I did too.
convention the other day.
I saw it a long time
Yeah.
ago, but that is
Madden
a
and all that.
multi-billion-dollar industry. Right
Yeah.
there.
mm-hmm.
Multi-billion-dollar
Yeah.
industry. Like I
And they
said,
call the gamers athletes.
Come
Yep.
on.
Game rap is
You know what
sure
I'm
up.
saying?
Like watching that Call of Duty convention on Twist the other day,
Huh.
they had a stadium.
Wow.
They booked out a stadium
No.
and had like 1,500 players in it.
Right.
Come on now.
Well, the
Like,
biggest
that's
one,
massive.
the biggest
Like, I don't
one,
think
the
people
biggest one is
realize-
Madden.
yeah, that's
Madden.
People don't
They're
realize
making
how
a killing.
massive. I don't know. Call of Duty's up there.
Yeah,
Madden,
up there
Madden
now?
is massive. So is
Yeah.
NBA, NBA, Madden,
2K,
2K.
Yeah.
All those and Call of Duty, they're all like they're all right next to each other. I'm gonna be honest, like because when it
Whole
comes to
thing
big
is all of
conventions
them
with
is
shit
getting
like that,
attention, yeah.
they're
Right,
freaking
right.
huge, dude. All of them, like because they're all just the major games. Like
Yeah.
they've been out for so long. Is what everybody knows. Everybody knows 2K since 2K whatever. the
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm
Definitely,
saying?
definitely.
Madden's been out since what 98.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
No.
Since
Madden been out since 92, 93.
There you go, yeah, it's been out
I was playing Madden on Sega,
That's
dog.
what I'm saying.
Hey, I was whooping ass with the 85 Bears on Sega.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have a
Yes.
couple other games that are they're starting to take over, but like
Yeah.
they're not like the only other game I would say that's on that level is Fortnite. And
Fortnite, that's
that's
it.
been building
Look,
for
and
how long?
my kids love
And
Fortnite.
the only reason why
Yeah.
Fortnite got so big so fast because of Drake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drake
is
playing with
it?
Ninja.
Oh yeah.
Their number one streamer at the
Wow,
time.
yeah.
played with Drake. And
Wow.
that really after that blew up the whole
Blew up,
game.
Everybody
and
was
then
jumping on it.
and then look.
Now nobody cares about
How about that
Fortnite.
18-year-old kid? I mean, 18. This 8-year-old kid. He was in a Fortnite tournament, won $3 million. After that, in a tournament, and all he did was kill all 200 players that was playing. He killed everybody one time.
You said, hold on, you saying all he did. That ain't
come on.
easy, bro.
I don't want to take away from gamers who are actually fucking phenomenal gamers. Like I play Call of Duty.
I'ma tell you.
I'm a gamer myself.
Well, look,
It ain't just all
I
he
mean,
did.
I understand, but listen,
These cats
I'm
are
telling you,
fucking phenomenal
hey,
players.
Yeah.
I used to game too, man, and I used to love Battlefield. I used to love Battlefield, man.
but-
What?
That's a good one too.
Battlefield was my hit. Yo, yeah,
I
it's
like
sick,
that
man.
one yet, though.
Yeah,
It's like that.
but man, you know, that kid, he killed everybody. 8-year-old kid and won $3 million. 8
I
years
would've been
old.
pissed, dude. As an adult, I would have had to punt him across the stage.
Nah, no, you gotta give that little kid respect, man. You gotta give him his respect. You gotta give him his respect for that, man.
No,
You know
I
what I mean?
really, I want to give up to the female gamers, bro.
Yeah.
I actually play with this girl. She's a part of my gaming squad that we play with because I play with a little squad and we stream together.
Yeah.
Shorty is a demon.
Come
Like
on.
she is on demon time, bro. She'll just be out in the middle of bumblefuck, taking out squads by herself. Like, and she'll just be like, "Oh, guys, on me." Never mind. You know what I mean? And then you just look at her name just down the whole team. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, yo, what?
Yes.
Shorty
Yeah.
is a demon. So, yo, to the gamer girls who are out there who are nasty at the game, yo.
Yeah, salute, and then hey, the kids as well. You know, shout out to my son Malik. He's a big gamer. You know, so and all the other kids that's out there that's dedicated to this. You know, and you can make a lifestyle from it now. So make a career. You know, so.
And speaking of gaming, we're actually working on being able to have the artists perform halftime shows. So we're working with looking for more leagues to get on board so that we'll be able to come in and perform 3 minutes, 2 minutes at the halftime, which is another reason why we need clean music. So, hello.
That's
There
right.
it is.
That's another
There
important
it is.
element that we tried to express, and a lot of reasons why a lot of artists got turned away because they don't have any radio edited music. And you have to understand that we're trying to go. I'm not saying we're trying to, but we are. We are a family friendly environment, meaning like our games, we don't allow any profanity, any vulgar language on our music. So when you step on stage, you're not representing just yourself. You're representing the entire league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
A
music
culture.
sports athletes have to have a certain look, a certain way they treat themselves professionally. I want our players to be community based. I want them to give back to invest in their community, be a part of their community, and you know what I'm saying. That way, that's gonna help grow the sport, but also help them as a person, and generate more fans. My dream is to see players that let's say you're a rap artist, and you got people out there that don't listen to rap at all. I don't like rap music, but you got somebody that says, you know what, I like that artist because he's a great person. And he supports his community. So now I'm gonna follow him. I'm gonna be his friend. I'm on Facebook. I'm gonna download his music on Spotify.
Right.
I'm gonna come and see him perform even. Just because I like that player. That's the goal of music sports.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm excited to see it, man. When it gets to the point to where you can get different genre of music, we can get some country, maybe some neo soul, and come on, man. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Evan Ward, man. Evan Ward is by far the best country singer I've ever heard in my life.
Who that?
Evan Ward.
Evan Ward.
He lives like an hour from me. But dude comes to the forest from me with me. Dude is.
What's my man name?
I'm start naming big time country dudes. He
no.
think he naming
Evan Ward
somebody
is a
local.
local artist.
Okay,
He's
he's a
naming
local.
local. You about to go like major, like
His
you
voice
mean
is
you don't know
local.
about Toby Keith? Like,
Nah, I ain't talking about
what
Toby
I'm
Keith.
saying, man.
Dude is up there with him though. Like his voice is, bro. I have never in my life heard a male sing so naturally beautiful. Like that man, bro, almost brought tears to my eyes hearing him sing.
So you
Wow.
need to
I'm
put
not
him in
even
the
lying
next
to you.
joint, man. Maybe shake things up a
It is
little
a hard
bit.
genre
Right.
competition.
You know what I'm saying?
It's meant to be.
Yeah.
All genres. I mean, we're getting rappers and singers R&B right now, but I can't wait till we can expand out. We'll get more genres, more diversity, in the platform and everything.
Definitely,
like that. So that'll be
definitely.
great.
I think that's gonna be
Alright, so I think we about good for the day, fellas. Y'all
man,
got any
appreciate
last
it.
words y'all want to kick out, man? before
Well,
we roll? Well,
Well,
go to
if anything,
promote your
promote
podcast
yourself.
and stuff, man, you know.
Where people can find you, man. You know, Facebook,
Find you on your
Twitch.
tape.
Hey, he mentioned Twitch kind of quite a bit. Yeah.
I ain't no tape, man. I swear to God. He said some things the other day that pissed me off. I like some of his views, but not all of them. Y'all can find me at Ayemontie OTT or Ayemontie on all platforms, either one. A-Chill podcast. A-Chill is just a podcast. It's my podcast. We are doing millions of streams on TikTok right now, so big shout out to TikTok for that. However, fuck you, TikTok at the same time. Stop taking my shit down.
I feel you.
And you heard
Facebook, fuck you too.
Y'all don't let me say shit.
Because Facebook keep putting me in jail for no reason. I'm getting sick of it.
Alright, well, Facebook, I just get on, get off. I don't even like Facebook anymore.
Every time we start a new season, I end up in Facebook jail. So I can't even promote
handle
this
me.
one like
I'm just
this.
being real. Facebook can't handle my thoughts.
Yeah.
Social media is dangerous with me. My thoughts are just too.
I feel you.
All right, Juan. Let them know where they can find you,
I
Juan.
want to thank Loud and Powered by Virginia. Great platform. I love what you guys are doing, man. It's awesome, man.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for Bare Naked Truth, man, for having me on board.
Yeah, I
Yes,
heard
sir.
it.
Yes,
Sports
sir.
League, music is our sport. www.musicsports.org. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Music Sports 22. Hit us up. Ask any questions. We'd love to hear from you.
All right. And y'all know what it is. We are the Bare Nigga Truth Podcast. Y'all can hit us on our website at BNTpodcast.club. You know what I'm saying? Or you can follow us on the IG at B_N_T podcast. And you know we on Facebook at BNT Podcast. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
y'all make sure y'all hit us up, continue to support us, and
All right. And before we
thank
go,
you very much.